Hey, everybody, welcome back to Frequency 140. As always, you can see I'm joined by my awesome co host, Mr. Sean Bennett.
Hello, everybody.
And today's episode is all about movie villains who are actually right. Now, we
Say
don't
what?
condone the killing of millions. Well, we're not, we got to put a disclaimer out there
I
because some
know,
people are
I
just stupid.
know.
Not saying you guys are,
Guys, it's
but
movies.
it's just, exactly, it's film. Like, come on. But it's mostly their motivations.
Right,
They were
right.
correct in their assumptions of what they were doing.
Right.
And Sean, I'm going to put it on to you,
Okay.
buddy.
This is going to be an interesting one because you're absolutely right. A lot of these films, we look at these characters and we think, that's the villain. What a horrible person. But if you actually go back and kind of, look at it, retrospect type thing, you realize they were right. The one that we're starting out with is Mr. Hector. If you've ever seen Home Alone 2, you know that he takes the wrong or catches the wrong flight, ends up in New York. Again, no offense, but this whole family's far too
they
dysfunctional.
suck at parenting.
The family just sucks all the way around. Right? So whoever we're trying to blame here, this is twice now you've left the same kid. So anyway, that's moving on. But he goes to New York. He's a kid, so he walks into this major hotel, runs into Donald Trump, all that good stuff. Not that matters, but still, he's in the movie.
He is. Yeah,
Unless they took him out because, how they do things these days. But anyway, but he goes into this hotel and he checks into a hotel using his father's credit card. Now, this is a child using an adult's credit card, right? Gets his hotel room by himself. He's the only one that was like, something's off. But yet he was perceived to be, this.
Oh, yeah, he's portrayed as the villain, the bad guy.
And this is Tim Curry, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about Pennywise, classic, and Frankenfurter. But a great job because he's the only one that was the responsible adult enough to go, guys, there's a child wandering New York City and in her hotel without any parental supervision.
Yeah, he's just being a responsible adult and doing his job.
Right?
Like-
It's what they do, what we do sometimes, I mean,
Yeah.
granted, I can, I think nowadays as adults, we try not to do so, but how many times are we out in public and we see children just running and going and this, that, and the other, and like, where are the parents?
Yeah, where are those parents?
Right? But
Yeah.
so, it's not a
Yeah,
bad thing.
he was that guy.
He was the responsible adult. So there you go. That was my first one, Mr.
I like
Hector.
it. That's good, man.
Right.
All right. I'm going to keep this one pretty short and sweet. All right, so mine is going to be Chef Skinner from Ratatouille, the Disney Pixar film. And the reason why I picked Skinner is because he's the owner of a restaurant, right? Well, you can't have rats in your damn restaurant,
No.
man.
I don't want them.
Like,
Well,
if you go in there and see a rat, what are you going to do?
I'm leaving. Unless they
Thank
are,
you.
but unless they are like maybe the rats in the Muppet Show, where they like remember they're cooking the food and they're spinning on the
Yeah.
Not saying it's the most. I'm just saying if rats could like maybe entertain in a way. In Ratatouille they did, but you didn't necessarily. So yes, as the chef,
well,
I
man,
can see what you're saying.
okay,
You gotta
rats,
get out.
Rats
You
being
gotta get out.
entertaining. I mean, I could see
But
that.
you can't have them just roaming around the
Yeah,
restaurant and not
but it's
pulling
not.
their own.
But even in Chuck E. Cheese ain't in the damn kitchen.
No, he's not.
He's on stage.
He's right. You stay on the stage, sir, where you belong.
Yeah.
Right.
He ain't making my pizza.
Absolutely, along with the gorilla and the dog on drums and yeah,
Yeah. Whatever
Up there, sir.
animal we got
Amen.
over here.
Right, that's a good point though. You're right. I mean, exactly. He is portrayed a little bit, as
little
mean
harsh.
Yeah, but you're
little
absolutely.
harsh.
If it's my kitchen, I'm the same way. I do not need rats in my kitchen.
Yeah, dude.
So
It's insane.
That's a
All
good
right.
call. That's a
Yeah,
good call,
that's
brother.
mine. Back to you, buddy.
All right, well, this is going to go back to 1982, and this was one, man, and I like the fact that we brought this one up because I can remember watching this movie and thinking to myself the same exact thing. Not understanding when I was young why I felt this way, but the way that it was written and the way that the movie is, exactly right. Our notes are saying, so we're talking about Roy Batty of
Blade Runner.
Blade
Yeah.
Runner, right. If you know the film, it's basically, we're in the future and we've got what they're calling replicants, right? Sentient replicants, which is basically cyborgs, machines that are basically there to replicate human beings, right? In the beginning, what we have with Rory is a fugitive. He's on the run. He's done some things. And okay, so you kind of give him this take of, all right, this is a bad guy. We need to bring him down. As the movie goes along, he evolves into this leader, this sympathetic leader that basically what he's trying to say is, look, we're tired of being abused because We're here. We're a major part of society now. This is how society is, right? And boy, now that we're talking about some things, it kind of translate relatively into some of the things we're dealing with today in society, right? We're here, right? This is what we are. We're not saying we want to cause problems. What we're saying is that we want to be accepted and acknowledged and not disrespected.
Yeah, he didn't want to be a slave the rest
That's
of his
it,
life.
and because that's what they were.
Yeah,
you know?
because the synthetic beings, so we're just made for our really enjoyment.
Enjoyment. I mean, exploitation, abuse, whatever he wanted to do to him, right?
Yeah.
And this was the guy that said, no, we're aware of who we are and what we are and what our purpose is, but we want to be respected, treated properly because we are an integral part of what makes this society today go around.
Yeah.
And so that was a very good choice because I thought, man, because I mean, in the beginning, Rutger Hauer, he's a villain. I mean, that's the way he gives off, right?
Yeah.
But if you watch the movie, by the end, you're going, okay,
Yeah, especially
I get what you're saying. I mean, even Harrison Ford,
with
Deckard,
Deckard.
Deckard.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Yeah, it's that
clicked.
ending.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's that final monologue, the tears in the rain.
yeah. So, that right there, and this is, like I said, this is a very very good a video because there's a lot of characters that we're going to discuss that people are just. Hopefully, you'll sit back and go, oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, maybe they were all right.
I mean, it's because it's. I mean, that's
Shouldn't have killed all those
no.
people.
I mean, no, but I mean,
if he wouldn't have.
what do they call it? Empathy.
Yeah.
You empathize. You can understand. I may not agree.
Yeah.
I can see.
Yeah, and speaking of empathy, man, my next one up is Magneto. And
Wow.
I mean, dude, Magneto,
Dude.
he grew up, he saw the horrors of the Holocaust, and he knew how bad human beings could be.
Yes.
And since he was different, he
Yes.
was a mutant, he knew that normal people would never accept the mutants
Right.
as they will never leave them alone. So he took the militaristic approach as where Xavier took the passive approach.
Right.
And honestly, you can't really argue with Magneto because he was right. Like the humans never ever saw the mutants as a non-threat.
Right. Like you said, as he got older, understanding that you as human beings, non-mutants, are never going to accept us. You're never going to give us a chance. You're always going to see us as a threat. And if that's how you're going to treat us, then by God, let me show you why you treat us that way. Because we are a threat. Because we are superior.
Exactly.
We are
Yeah.
better than you. And that was his point. As Xavier was, well, we need to try to work together.
Yeah, work together.
Magneto,
Get
they don't want to work
along.
with us, Charles, as he would say. They don't
Yeah.
want to. They don't want to live with us. There's no point trying to work with them. Why should we? We are superior to them.
Mhm.
He was right because he had been through all the atrocities that human beings had done to him his entire life. And when he realized real quick, wait a minute, I'm not a human being. I'm a mutant. I am more. I am superior. And I will make sure that you understand how superior I am by showing you. And the way in which he did things was not necessarily the right way, but he validated everything in which he said. Everything in which he did, if you read Magneto as a character, everything had a purpose. And everything he did, even the atrocities, he would tell anybody, this is why.
Yeah.
And it
Very much so.
Okay, that you can again empathize. Very good pick on that one. So right on.
All right, bud. Back to you, man.
Well, kind of like not as powerful. Well, maybe so. Not a mutant by no means, but a Jedi.
Oh yeah.
A Jedi.
Okay.
So here we go. Let's go Count Dooku.
All right. Yeah.
All right,
Christopher
Count-
Lee,
yeah,
man.
Christopher Lee, fantastic performance. He began as a Jedi Knight, Count Dooku, and then eventually was swayed to the dark side. But his reasoning was simply understanding the corruption in the Jedi Order. Dooku was a very smart individual, a very well-respected Jedi. He was a master, a Jedi master.
Yeah. His people was Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon, right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and so he was very well respected, smart man. He wasn't a rebel. He wasn't somebody to fly off the, off the hinges. And, he wasn't emotional by no means. He was calculated. And he understood real quick that the only way to defeat this enemy of the Sith is to learn their ways, get inside, figure out what
Yeah.
this is, how it works, and, again, another question for all the Star Wars fans: was he right? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Jedi had pretty much his whole thing was like,
Yes.
yeah, the Jedi had lost its way, and he was.
He
It
was
gave rise
absolutely
to the
correct.
greatest villain of all
Yes,
time.
yes, they did. Because of the fact of, and exactly his whole point was, is that the Jedi, that was it. The Jedi tried to promote this, no emotion, no feeling, don't connect yourself, all that stuff. And Dooku was like, that's impossible. That's impossible. That's a bunch of shit. You're always going to have emotion. You're always going to have something that lights your fire, makes you happy, makes you sad. That was his whole point. We have the ability to feel these things. It's not wrong to feel these things. But if you're going to sit here and tell us that you can't feel these things, eventually it's going to backfire on you. And it did. Darth Vader.
Damn right, big time.
And he was right. So
That's a good one, man. I like it.
right on.
Yeah. All right. So my next one is kind of a more low key type character.
Okay.
It's going to be Lord Cutler Beckett from the
Ooh.
Pirates of the Caribbean
Ooh.
franchise. So
Good choice.
he was head of the Navy.
Yep.
And basically, he's portrayed as the bad guy here. And all because he wanted to end pirates. Why is he the bad guy? Like, I mean, that's a really noble cause, especially in that time period. It's a golden age of pirates.
Right.
So, I mean, why would you want him to stop getting people that steal stuff, loot, and, do all kinds of crazy other things that we can't really say on here?
Right.
Because YouTube, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, but, yeah, man, I mean, Lord Cutler Beckett actually is a hero.
Yeah.
I don't see no flaw right here. I mean, yeah, he was kind of a douche, personality-wise.
Yes.
But,
Doesn't make him wrong.
that's the way the film wanted to portray that.
Right. Right. I think this one, that's a good, that's a good, a good one right here. At the end of the day, you're absolutely right. Pirating, and I mean, again, granted, we all have these visions of what pirates, the
Yeah,
pirate
the
life, right?
swashbuckling, like
Dude,
all kinds of rum. Jack Sparrow, basically,
guys,
in a nutshell.
They were violent criminals roaming
were.
the seas and taking whatever they could, whenever they could. And if you were not able to fight back, they took whatever you had and killed you,
Yeah.
or took you as slaves and worked you to death.
Mhm.
These are the facts.
That's
So
it.
I'm with you, brother. The fact that this, he's looked upon as a bad guy because of the way it's presented. He's not a bad guy. He's right. I want to stop piracy. I want to stop people from stealing their shit.
Yeah, man. I know,
So,
man. He was Lars Ulrich back then,
It's
man.
pretty right. Oh
You know?
man, what a great analogy, dude. Yes, the Lars Ulrich of the pirates.
Stop stealing my shit.
Yeah,
Give me money. Like,
that was a good one. Nice. Yes. I dig that. All right. Yeah. So that was a good call, man. Yeah.
all right, man. I'm going to toss it back to you, bud.
Hey, pull back that one. That was us. Wow. Wasn't expecting that one at all. All right. Controversial movie, but still, I recommend for everyone to watch at least once. Full Metal Jacket.
Yes.
Yeah. Full
Great
Metal
movie.
Jacket. Joker. The original Joker. I remember watching this movie for the first time in about 1988, 89, so it was just about right after it came out. Granted, I probably wasn't old enough to be watching the movie, per se, but I still watched it because we grew up in video store days, thank God.
Yep.
So I pretty
know.
much watch anything they let me rent that I could sneak out. So looking at this film, Full Metal Jacket, you've got Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, right, which is portrayed by the late, great R. Lee Emery. Fantastic
job.
actor, and a true blue Marine drill sergeant. This was not acting. This was him being him. What an asshole.
Oh, yeah. A complete one.
But that's what drill sergeants are.
Yeah. They're not
That's
nice.
their job. They're
Yeah,
not
they're-
here. They're there to basically take you from mama's bosom, break your ass down, make you understand this is you and you alone and your platoon, and build you back up and understand that there's nobody here to help you but you and the men around you. And if you fail your men or they fail you, you're all screwed.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
that's
right.
their job, because
Yep.
that's what they're preparing you for,
Yep,
is
beat
war.
it in.
Right. He's in their face. He's screaming. He's cussing. He's cutting them down. He's embarrassing them. I mean, making Private Pile, right?
Yeah.
Walk with the thumb in the mouth and the pants around. I mean,
forgot about
you
that.
know, these are things that you look at and go, oh my God, I can't believe you did that to him. If you've never been in this, I'm not a serviceman. My father was in the service. My grandfather was in the service. one thing I do know, even though I'm not in the service, once you sign your name to that dotted line, your ass belongs to the service.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever they tell you to do, not ask you to do. There's no asking. They tell you, you do it.
That's right.
And I think sometimes people kind of lose sight of that. That's what the military is. So that's what he was doing, breaking you down, letting you know you do as you're told and you do as I tell you to do it, or there will be consequences, and it's not going to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, he met a tragic end because he pushed Powell too far, and it does happen. People break, but he was right.
Yeah.
He's training
That's
men
what he's
to
supposed
go
to do.
to war. You are
Yeah.
not going to war, and I do not need someone in war at a time of war losing their crap, wanting to go home, quitting, laying down, not protecting, that's the whole point. I'm sending you into war, and if you screw up, you're not going to cost yourself your life, but you'll probably cost everybody else in here. Then that's
'Cause,
not
yeah,
going to happen.
No man left behind type deal.
Right.
So they're trying to save you
He
on the
was
process.
right.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Oh yeah. Great pick, man.
right on.
All right. So the last one is going to ride on me here. I know some people are going to get mad about this one.
Uh-oh.
All right. So, man, listen. E.T. is an absolute classic.
This is coming.
I love this movie. I watch this movie at least 10 million times. It's brilliant. I love it to death. However, the federal government was right.
Yes.
They didn't do nothing wrong here, man.
What would
They're
you want?
portrayed as the bad guys.
What else
But
would you want them to do other than what they
Exactly.
did? That's what.
like, do you really think that the federal government's going to leave an alien in the protection of like a 7-year-old? Like, I mean, dude, it's insane to me.
Dude, you got an alien living in your house in the middle of California. Somebody's gonna notice something, and yes, we have to figure something out here.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
cannot
because
just let this happen.
I mean, dude, if that mom gets arrested by the federal government, there's
Then you
no
got-
phone at home.
Right, nope. And then,
Like,
so the
trust
kids
me.
go into foster care and all this
Yeah.
stuff, and then what do you do with ET? Well, he's going to end up being cut up anyway. So,
Probably so. Yeah,
what a great pick. Because you're absolutely right. As much as we love ET,
yeah, it's
look,
great.
it's almost like, all right, if I didn't have ET living in my house and you had ET living in your house, okay, and I wasn't necessarily understanding of what all ET could do,
Yeah.
and you're not necessarily telling me of what all ET can do because you don't want to give away the whole thing.
Mm.
Yes, I'm gonna be a little bit standoffish and
Yeah.
like, wait a minute,
Of course.
So you've got an alien and it's got some powers, but we're not going to tell anybody about. We're just going to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you start freaking out, man. As soon as that damn finger starts
Right,
glowing,
dude.
you're like, oh god.
Wait! Is that a laser? I mean, because
It's
that's that's again. What's that? What are you going to do with that? I mean, because that's the
Exactly.
way we don't know, man. Thank
Yeah.
God for the way that they wrote that movie and that the kids found them, because I think that was because the innocence of children. There was none of this understanding of.
That's true.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
But
yeah,
us
'cause I
adults
mean, like-
so like, no.
Oh no. Oh hell no. Hell to no.
Right?
Yeah,
we're
man.
breaking in and even that little gray alien's down on the floor. We're coming in through the windows. We need that thing. We're gonna get it. And that was a very traumatic scene, by the way. Let me just say, one of the early scenes, seeing
Oh,
little
yeah,
gray,
yeah.
almost dead ET on the bathroom floor, and yeah, that was traumatizing, y'all. But either way, yeah, yes, the agents were correct. They
Yep,
were
I
correct.
agree, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it.
Oh.
I hope you enjoyed this
Yes,
episode,
yes,
and
yes.
please like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and we can follow us on Instagram at F140Pod. You can follow us on Patreon at Frequency 140 Podcast. And as always, I send it my good buddy, Mr. Bennett.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And if you guys have any suggestions and or ideas or other characters, hey, put them in the comments.
Please.
Let's hear. I mean, we love to discuss because that's what we do. Growing up and being a part of the cinematic universe and loving movies and characters and comics and everything that goes on, we want to hear from you guys. I mean, we're a community. So as always, geeks, freaks, and nerds unite. Let's rule the world.
Peace.
Thank you.